Alright, welcome back, and this is the next part of our video discussion. And I hope that you will finish the entire video and learn something from our discussion. Okay, so here it is, the next part of our video lesson. Okay, so enjoy. Now, let's go beyond, okay, uh, what we already know about e-commerce. E-commerce employs some or all of the following. Number one, e-commerce employ online shopping websites for retail sales direct to consumers. Okay, so if you're into online purchasing, you can go to Shopee and buy directly the items that you want to find there. Okay, in fact, right now I am doing a project for someone. Okay, and I'm doing this is my project right now. It's called Zef and Zem Metro Store. So the owner of this website thought that online grocery would be the next big thing now in time of COVID. So this is my project. I'm doing an online grocery, dry goods, hardware, and other products. So we call it the Metro Store. It's an online Metro Store. So here, customers can buy online, order online. This is locally. Okay, once the website is up, I'll tell you where to go. Okay, but right now it's still under development. Number two, another thing that e-commerce employ is to provide or participate in online marketplaces which processes C2C sales, consumer to consumer sales. We will be looking at the different terms as we go along. So not only business to consumer, business to business, we also have consumer to consumer. Okay, so like OLX for example, uh, you have old things, probably bed, furnitures that you don't want to use anymore, and you know, as the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So you might find someone who wants to buy, your pre-loved items. So this is the C2C sales, OLX, right? So put your items there and wait for people to, contact you to haggle the price. The third approach that e-commerce do is the business-to-business buying and selling. Okay, so the first one that you saw was the B2C, business to consumer. Then we have the C2C, right? And now we have the B2B, business to business buying and selling. Uh, this one uh, can also be misunderstood sometimes as B2C, although they cater to business to consumer. But like Costco, for example, in a wholesale environment, Costco deals with businesses, right? So they say, let's say they sell items at wholesale, then the retailers, the small businesses, buys the bulk items from them, the lower price, then sell them on retail. Okay, so for example, if the supermarket I was uh, creating the website, they want to get their groceries at Costco for a wholesale price, they can do that, right? So between this business and Costco is a business to business transaction. Then this supermarket online can sell directly to consumers. That's now the B2C. Okay, I hope you're getting the picture out of this. So that's the third. The fourth is gathering and using demographic data through web contacts and social media. One of the premier data gathering website is Statista. Okay, this website deals with the creation of statistics outlooks, infographics, right, and surveys, global surveys. So you can actually, if you look on your screen, you could see some of their data uh, services like the coronavirus. Then they have social media presence, they have e-commerce, they have smartphones, China. So these are some of the things that they also use in e-commerce, statistical data gathering. Then the fifth is the B2B electronic data interchange. When we talk about data interchange, it's basically the transfer of data from one location to another. For example, if Costco, for example, wants to deal with Zef and Zem, okay, Metro, online Metro. So Costco needs information from Zef and Zem Metro, and Zef and Zem Metro will coordinate with Costco in terms of uh, their purchases, uh, grocery items in bulk, in bulk figures or numbers. Also, uh, the EDIs or the electronic data interchange can be also used to contact manufacturers. So, for example, what are the things that are hot in the market right now? Okay, so it could be non-food items. Is cosmetics a big thing right now in terms of pandemic? Or is it plants? Or is it gadgets? Okay, so there's also logistics EDI. That's the transfer of data in terms of logistically arranging the transfer of products. Okay, so Costco, for example, does it have a warehouse here in Negros? If not, what's the nearest Costco data warehouse that they can resupply the orders? So that's what B2B electronic data interchange is all about in a nutshell. Okay, we will be looking at EDIs also down the road. Then we have marketing to prospective and established customers by email. So some people don't really like, to be interrupted in their social media presence. So some companies, just to be discreet, send items or product marketings uh, through emails. And send in blue is one of the forefront email marketing website. Okay, so it's a pay per email, okay, website. That's what e-commerce also do. Then number 7, engaging in pretail for launching new products and services. When we talk about pretail, these are usually products that are not yet generally out in the market. It could be that these products are waiting for, shall we say, uh, funding, right? And you have an idea, you don't have the budget, you don't have money. So what would be the next best thing? The next best thing is to crowd fund it, right? Crowd fund, which means it's like, hey people, I have a product and it looks interesting, it looks nice. I know we can make money out of this. But if you're willing, you can fund me, right? So I can manufacture this, I can sell it, and I can give you the share of your funds. Okay, so that's what we call pre-tailing. Okay, engaging in pre-tail for the launching of new products. One of the well-known websites where you can do pre-tail is Kickstarter, okay, or crowdfund. Okay, so there are many websites to go into pre-tail. Okay, and on top of the list is Kickstarter. Okay, so you can actually post there your product, your shall we say, your Kickstarter business, right? And let people do the funding for you. Okay. So based on that uh, perspective again, based on the things that we went beyond defining e-commerce as the selling and the buying of items over the internet, let us now redefine from the business perspective, from your perspective as entrepreneurs, what will be e-commerce now? Because we all know, we all agree that e-commerce go beyond the definition of selling and buying online, right? So now let's redefine e-commerce. To come to a final definition of e-commerce, let us start with some constituent attributes of e-commerce. Replay. Number one, digitalization of business. What does this mean? It means that there is a comprehensive usage of ICT, not only within the business organization, right? But uh, through the linking and cooperation of information and communication systems of all involved business partners. Okay? All involved business partners. So it's not just like you have seen when we talk about buying and selling on the internet, it's most likely the concept is business to consumer. But e-commerce goes beyond business to consumer. As we have discussed earlier, it involves all business partners. Second characteristic of e-commerce is that it focuses on business processes. Right? So the first one was digitalization. Second is focus on business process. We automate business process not longer only within organizations, as it was the quote and unquote traditional objective of ICT. But now, automation is related to the total process, not just buying. Remember, not just buying and selling something. Remember, there are a lot of things involved in there. Okay, we have the electronic data interchange for one. We also have warehousing, we have logistics, we have marketing, we have advertising. So there's, you know, there are a lot of business process involved in e-commerce. Okay, that's what we call total process. And this total process are running through all involved organizations, from your suppliers to your developers to your uh, merchandiser to your retail, even to your customers, or even your uh, carriers, the ones that transport your items or your products. These are the ones that are involved in the processes. That's why e-commerce also focus on business process. We increase the speed of business processes. Okay, so the concept of e-commerce is that from the traditional, we will increase the speed of the business process. Why? How important or how significant is the increase of business processes within e-commerce? Well, the second statement says it all. Additional potentials can be realized with the coupling of processes between different organizations. All right. We all know, for example, that people does people don't want to wait anymore, longer. Okay, so if we can increase uh, the, I think you've experienced that if you buy something online and the delivery takes longer time, tendency is that you would say, I'm not gonna buy from that seller anymore because the the delivery period is very long. Okay? But if we can increase the speed of how that item can be delivered, then it can add potential efficiency and effectivity in the business. Okay. Furthermore, we increase the economic efficiency of the business process. If we increase the speed, there's a possibility that we also increase the economic efficiency of the business, right? So, why? Because again, through the coupling of business processes at the boundaries of the business partners, um, the more I can send out the products, the more people will tend to come back and buy some more, right? So, efficiency. The more my supplier can send items in my warehouse, the more I can cater to my customers. Now we are looking at the boundaries of business partners. Right? Your clients are your business partners. Your suppliers are your business partners. So there is now this efficiency. Increase the speed, increase the efficiency of your business process. The next item is that e-commerce makes use of global network. Of course, the internet. The internet plays a dominant role and has become a universal technical infrastructure. Not just the normal infrastructure that we have. The internet now is the byword in e-commerce. In fact, without the internet, there's no such thing as e-commerce. Global networks allow the exchange of information without any restrictions in time and independently from geographical distances. Again, without any restrictions. Um, the internet, for example, when you exchange data, when you buy an item in eBay, for example, we don't have an eBay in the Philippines. eBay is in the United States. So with that connectivity, you don't have to make it a problem. Say, I'm here in the Philippines, they're in the US, I cannot buy. That was the old school. Okay? Now it's different. Global networks move about the whole world without any restrictions. There's no geographical differences now. Okay? Then the next item is there are new potentials and opportunities for cooperation. More or less, independent persons and organizations can work together. So for example, in my case, Zef and Zem. Zef and Zem is a small scale business. It's a startup business. But with them putting their presence online, they need, right? They need something to sell. So where can they get the items that they need to sell? They get it from suppliers. So now they need to contact suppliers and they need to deal with suppliers, and then they'll have to talk with, for example, LBC or JRS, right, to move around their products or items, and then they'll have to deal with deliveries. They'll have to deal with car manufacturers to buy their delivery vans. So now you can see there's this new potential and opportunities for cooperation. Business actors can come together whenever they want it or whenever there is a need. So when this friend of mine started thinking about this business, the soup online metro store, he was thinking, do I need to contact all of them all together? Well, the answer is you contact your business partners as the need arises. For example, we're still designing the website. Do I need to contact LBC now? Of course not yet. Okay. We're still designing the website. Do I need to contact the suppliers now? Right? I don't think so. But once the website is done and we are ready for items or products that we can place or display online, then that would be the time for me to contact my suppliers. Okay, so that is what this statement means. Business actors can come together whenever they want or whenever there is a need. So, how do we redefine e-commerce? Okay, out of all those uh, terms, perspective, picture, numbers that we have discussed earlier, how do we redefine e-commerce? So e-commerce is the exchange of goods and services, right? That was the traditional exchange of goods services over the internet. But this time we expand, okay, on the context of being an entrepreneur. So e-commerce is the exchange of goods and services between independent organizations and or persons, supported by a comprehensive usage of powerful ICT systems and a globally standardized network infrastructure. For this purpose, the business partners have to couple their business process and their ICT systems. These systems have to work together temporarily and seamlessly and have to share, exchange, and process data during the whole business process and across the boundaries of the cooperating organizations. Data security and data privacy, as well as the compliance with laws and other policies and procedures, have of course to be guaranteed. So there you have it, our description of what is e-commerce. Okay, it's quite lengthy, but you know, that becomes now your new definition of e-commerce. We all now know that e-commerce goes beyond just simply the buying and selling of goods over the internet. Again, it goes beyond just the buying and the selling of goods over the internet, because now based on our definition, that it goes beyond just simply saying buying and selling. So now when you look at Shopee, for example, you have an idea now that there goes a big deal of business process involved from between you ordered online until the fulfillment of your order. You get the point. Now you have an idea of what e-commerce is. Okay, so we're done with the description of e-commerce. We're done with the definition of e-commerce. Next time we will be looking at the different players or the different structure of e-commerce. Again, so if you have questions, you know where to find me, message me, and you can actually view this video again over our Google Classroom. For more information and detail, please visit our Google Classroom for exercises and assignments. So thank you and good day.